This video will show you how to use an Infinity Enterra-Lite orange feeding pump. Getting your feeding bag ready. First, wash your hands with soap and water. Next, gather your supplies, including your formula or breast milk, pump, backpack, and your child's feeding plan. Pour the prescribed amount of formula or breast milk into the feeding bag. If you're using a new bag, remember to add an extra 10 milliliters of formula or breast milk to prime the tubing. Close the lid by pushing down and snapping shut. Remove the cap from the end of the feeding tube adapter. If your child is using the InFit system, twist off the white adapter from the end of the feeding bag. Prime the tubing by squeezing the bag while pressing on the droplet symbol on the tubing. Keep squeezing until formula or breast milk fills the tubing to the end. Your bag is now ready to connect to the pump for feeding. If you would rather use the pump to prime your tubing, you can do so by holding down the prime button once the bag is loaded into the pump and it is turned on. Getting the pump ready. Open the pump door, put the tubing loop over the pump wheel and pull the tubing to the right until the cassette sits in the pump correctly. Your pump is now ready to use. Setting the pump. Press and hold the on button for 3 seconds until it beeps. Next, check your feeding plan to find your prescribed rate. This is how fast your pump will run. Use the plus or minus buttons until your rate displays on the screen. For this example, we will set the pump to a rate of 20 milliliters per hour. Now you're ready to set your dose. Push the Rate Dose button until dose shows on the screen. Check your feeding plan to find your prescribed dose. Use the plus or minus buttons until the dose amount shows on the screen. For this example, we will set the pump to 80 milliliters. Now it is time to clear the volume. Press the Volume/Total button and then press the Clear button. The pump screen should read 0. Confirm the food type. Press the Food Type button. Use the plus or minus buttons to change the food type to human milk or formula. Note, if any amount in the bag is breast milk, choose the human milk option. Getting ready to feed. Attach the pump to an IV pull or put the pump into a backpack. The backpack has 4 pockets. The first pocket is for accessing the pump when it is inside the backpack. The second pocket is for the feeding pump. It also fits 100 and 500 ml feeding bags. The third pocket is for storing an ice pack if your feed time is longer than 4 hours. The fourth pocket is for 1,200 milliliter feeding bags or to hold other tube feeding supplies. You can now attach the end of the tubing to your child's feeding tube. If you are using an adapter, it will look like this. If you're using an InFit connector, it will look like this. Starting the feed. To start the pump, push the Run/Pause button. If the pump is running, the screen will show the word Run with a circle going around it. You will hear the pump motor running and pausing during the feeding. This is normal pump function and how the pump delivers the correct amount of formula at the correct rate. Allow the pump to run as programmed. If the pump alarms while running, press pause and write down the message on the screen. Check that the tubing does not have any air bubbles, kinks, or bends. Turn the pump off and start it again. Check the troubleshooting chart in your handout and your pump manual. If the pump still alarms, call Home Care Services and ask for the nutrition team. When the feed is done, turn the pump off by holding the on/off button for 3 seconds. Keep the feeding bag in the fridge when it is not in use. Use a new bag every 24 hours. Taking care of your pump. Charge the pump every night or between feedings. Plan ahead to make sure you don't run out of battery in the middle of a feeding. Clean your pump on a regular basis. When your pump is off, use a damp cloth or a Q-tip to clean the pump, including the sensors inside the door. If you have any questions, contact your home care company and ask for the nutrition team. Thank you.